Alright. Last session, our adventurers, Kurbag, Serenity, Nameless, and Grigor, gathered at Loraeyn's central city, Arcanine, to celebrate 500 years of peace after the War of Magic. Tragedy struck when Nameless's companions murdered Sheriff Dawning, and the Pillar of Peace shortly after crumbled into a pile of rocks. Our very own Nameless was knocked unconscious by her companions and left for dead. Upon waking up, she found herself bound and tortured for information, none of which she provided. Our adventurers meet in Mira's Tavern and have banded together to hunt down the local bandits at the request of Sheriff Anor, also while they bear the responsibility to keep captive Nameless and attempt to get information out of her. We begin tonight's adventure with Thorn, Kurbag, Serenity, and Grigor, having taken up the call to hunt these bandits on the roads of Arcanine, and quite possibly even in Elentine Forest. Sheriff Anor has kindly provided a horse that is carrying Nameless, who is bound to the horse, who is then tied to the horse, and that horse is also tied to Grigor's steed. So that is where we'll begin. Adventurers, Anor has provided you clues that the bandits have been spotted south on the southern roads of Arcanine and in Elentine Forest. I'll leave it up to you what you guys want to do or where you guys want to go.
Okay, so first, just kind of looking on the map, out of the game right now. Is the forest the big forest on the map?
The forest is right next to the lake, right north of you.
About this.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought we were in the big forest down south. Okay.
We are right here in this central hub right there. Do you see the square I'm putting?
Yes.
Yep. We are in this city, and you guys are free to move south, kind of search these roads, maybe even go up to the forest. It's entirely up to you guys. I will be playing Thorin, who is accompanying you guys. He is the dwarf from the Dwarven Kingdom.
Kurbag wants to go straight after them.
Me too.
Well, you don't know where they're at. There have been hints that they've been on the southern roads and hints that they've been in the forest.
I want to go to the forest.
Grigor thinks that evil would only be in the shadows, so Grigor wants to go to the forest to hunt bandits and thieves.
Alright, fair. Thorn kind of just looks at you guys and kind of just nods like, yeah, forest sound good.
Now we start making our way towards the forest, my friends, says Serenity to the group.
Alright, let's just get going. And Thorn kind of starts kicking off. I'll go ahead and scroll in here just a little bit. So the forest is about an hour's travel away on, like, let's say horseback. And that would be you accompanying yourself. So we're going to say that this is going to be about a 4-hour walk to the edge of this forest, while having to accompany Nameless. So we'll go ahead and who would like to be like the front man in this? Because you'll have to be making like nature kind of checks, survival checks, making sure that we're heading in the right direction. At this point, it's going to be pretty easy till you get in the forest. The person in the back will be making perception checks, making sure no one's actively following them. So what's the order of travel here?
Kurbag is obviously going to go first.
Alright, so Kurbag wants to do the nature survival checks, and who's in the back keeping watch for followers? Alright,
Grigor.
Your perception is +6.
Is that good?
Oh, okay.
Compared to Grigor's +2.
So it would be smarter for me to be in the back.
It would be smarter, yes.
I shall be in the back.
Alright, and Thorn, he's like, I hunt a lot, so I'll keep in the middle. Whenever we need rations, water, I'm good at those, that kind of thing. I can catch a good squirrel, no problem. I'll be in the middle. So Grigor's just steadily mounted at this point. He's also in the middle with Thorn, while Kurbag is kind of leading the group, and then Serenity's in the back. So This one's going to be pretty easy, Kerbag. You're going to be able to see the forest. I'm not going to make you roll because you can easily walk towards the tall pine trees. However, for the first 4 hours here until we get to the edge of the forest, I'm going to have Serenity roll a d20 perception check to see if anyone's following her. You just roll it right here if you'd like. Or you can roll it here in front of me. Alright, so she rolled a 10. So generally you don't see too much, but you aren't paying terribly close attention. But you don't see much. You guys get to the edge of the forest uneventfully. At this point, you guys are passing through not too dense oak kind of forests. You can easily see around you. There's not much hiding places. So you guys get to the edge of Ellentine Forest. It's about midday at this point. The sun's still bright. Nameless, while we were in that 4-hour journey, you were tied to a horse. Did you want to do anything?
No.
Alright, so Nameless at this point not fighting back. She's probably happy to be hooded and not in that jail cell with Sheriff Nor. I would agree. Alright, so we get to the edge of Ellentine Forest. You guys are walking into it. The light starts to fade. It's a very dense forest. It turns into a strange, dark, and quiet place. There's almost no sound here. The sounds have all but vanished. The smell, as you walk in the forest, you smell animals. It's wet and damp. The beasts, it just hangs in the air. There's no flowers. There's no vegetation. It's all kind of dead, and the roots are kind of pulled up on most of the trees. It's uneasy and unnerving feeling. In the dim light that you can see, because the light barely reaches the floor of this forest, you can see shadows kind of darting in and about. It looks like small critters for the most part, squirrels, some deer, and they're just kind of darting off whenever you guys get close. You barely hear the sound of things moving at this point, though, but you feel like the whole forest is watching you. So you've got into the forest now. Let's go ahead and see if maybe our leader of the party, Kerbag, can track. Kerbag, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Which one would that be? Oh, nature right there. Okay.
Nature. The front man with the -1 on nature.
Mm-hmm.
But he rolls a natural 20. -1, but we'll give him the natural 20 since he rolled it. Skip the modifier. So right off the bat, Kerbag, you can see a lot of tracks around you. You can see some heavier tracks that appear to be some type of large bear. However, not quite familiar to you since there aren't many bear on Dranoth. You do see a general gravel road that has some travel to it, but it's out of sight. But there are some footprints leading more north into the forest on this trail.
Guys, I found some trails. They're leading north.
No say, dipshit. They're right here in the road.
Do they look like multiple footprints?
So yes, there appear to be several tracks. There are a lot of overlapping, but you could say there's at least 3 or 4. There could be more because it looks like they're maybe just stepping in each other's tracks.
Well, I guess I just lead onward.
All right,
I would
go ahead and kick onward then. All right. So you guys begin traveling, and I'm assuming following these footprints now. They're pretty easy to spot. Kerbag, since you rolled a natural 20, I'm going to give you skipping out this first tracking check through nature. However, at this point, you guys are in pretty dense woods. I'm going to go ahead and let Serenity roll another d20 to see if she can perceive anything. So you rolled a 12. Alright, so you do see that there are some yellow-eyed beings following you. They're very far behind you. They're sort of small in appearance, but there are a couple yellow-eyed beings following you in the shadows. I would say they're probably 120 feet behind you.
Oh, that's scary.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Guys, I just kind of want to bring this up. I see some yellow eyes following us. Any ideas on what we should do?
We should go after them.
But we're already on this trail following these tracks. Should we turn back around?
It will only be a minor inconvenience.
Then we're in agreement. We're going to turn around and see who may or may not be following us.
Fine. We shall follow the shiny human's advice.
Alright, so these yellow-eyed beings, they kind of see you guys turn around, and they actually saw you guys very quickly, and a few of them like jumped up in the trees and crawled to the treetops, and the other ones, they kind of just scurried off into the shadows. Do you guys want to keep chasing?
No. I thought we were going to go back and follow the trail.
I don't know.
No,
Well,
I don't think we should pursue.
Alright, those little things, I don't know what they are. It could be kobolds, it could be goblins. They're gone now. They don't really attack in the daylight. They'll probably give us trouble at night, but not during the day.
Well, if they're not going to give us any trouble, then maybe we should just continue following the original tracks.
Alright.
Okay. So at this point, the muddy trails kind of come to near an end. We're closing on the last half of the day. You've gone through a lot of these woods. It all kind of looks familiar to you. Kerbag did a really good job getting you guys through. You guys don't appear to have gone lost. However, it's nearing the end of the day. There's a bit of evening left, a couple hours of daylight. Kerbag, if you'd like to keep going, you've sort of lost the trail. If you wanted to keep following the trail, you'd have to give me another nature check to see if you can pick up the trail. Or if you guys wanted to maybe make camp for the night, that is also a viable option.
My feet are starting to get tired. We should make camp here.
I agree. I'm pretty tired too.
All right, so Thorn kind of nods in agreement. He has to make a lot more, he has to walk a lot more than you guys because his legs are smaller. So he's kind of grumpy. He just kind of gives you this nod, and he immediately just drops his pack to the ground and sits down on the ground and just lays on his backpack. And he kind of just starts closing his eyes and nodding off. Now, if you guys are going to make camp at this point, we can have someone go try to get some rations. You left with about a week's worth of rations for each person in your bags. You could get more rations as you do. You can make one roll a day to see how many rations you get. Otherwise, maybe you might want to set up some watches throughout the night, because you certainly don't want to all be asleep at the same time.
I think it would be smart to make rations.
So Thorn kind of overhears that. He's like, I guess I could try to get some food. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and look out there for some squirrels, see what I can catch. Thorn leaves for maybe 30 minutes. Let's see what he gets. So you rolled a 12. He got about 2 rations, so that's about half day's worth of rations for the group. At this point, Nameless is still on the horse, kind of tied to the horse, but also tied to Gregor's horse. How do you guys handle that situation?
I think we should go and take the horse, and we should tie the horse up to the nearest tree closest to the campsite.
Yeah, but what do we do about the drow?
Leave her on the horse.
Leave her on the horse? You know that's a bad idea, right?
But if she's tied up, if she's on the ground, she might be able to get up and run away.
If we're asleep and she falls off the horse, she could die.
I don't think so. It's not that small.
What'd you just say? Did you say we should untie her?
Yes.
No.
I think that we should untie her.
No.
I think we should tie her to a tree.
No.
I think that's a better idea. I think tying her to a tree would be much more smart than putting her on a horse or untying her, because she hasn't really talked to us this whole journey. We still don't know what her motifs are. Gregor, what do you think?
How many binds do we have available?
Enough to wrap around the tree. You guys all have survival kits, so you guys have, hundreds of feet of rope throughout the whole party.
We have to at least do 4 wraps around.
So you want to bind her 4 wraps around?
At least on a tree.
It would make it hard for her to get out. Not impossible, but very hard.
I meant 4 places.
You want to tie one hand to one tree, another hand to another tree, one leg to a third tree, and a fourth one to the fourth tree?
I think you should sit down and let me handle this.
Kerbeck comes over to the shiny human and says, "We're tying her to one fucking tree. I'm tired."
Just imagining some medieval contraption where they used to hang witches like a Blair Witch Project thing.
It was never my intention. I just meant tie her around the legs, around the hip, around the chest, and around the...
Okay. We need to tie her to 4 different
4 places, not in 4 trees.
All right,
Just
lassie.
fucking lift her up and she's just hanging from the fucking sky.
No hard feelings. We don't know what happened between you and Nenor, but we gotta keep you tied up until we deem you're not a threat, okay? He kind of leans in and Nameless okay.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night.
I sleep just fine. I'm a dwarf.
Hey, we'll see about that dwarf.
I swear to God, green one. Did you know there's a pressure point?
Her bag.
Oh, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm not even gonna go any further. I'm not gonna give you my secrets.
Her bag. Take the boots up before you take them.
Alright, so I guess you guys fiddle around for 30 minutes, kind of getting Nameless tied. I mean, I guess her feet are... I guess she's kind of in a sitting position where she's sitting on the ground. Her chest is tied to the tree behind her. Her hands are tied, and her arms are below the rope. And then her feet are tied. So she's kind of just sitting on the ground but tied really heavily. So it's going to be a very hard skill check if she does want to try to get out of this. But it's not impossible. So she'd have to roll a 25, but it's doable.
I just want to point out that Serenity does not agree with her being tied up and just wants to be away from them tying her up. So I guess I'll collect some firewood or something and not be any part of that.
Water girl's a little queasy.
I don't like violence.
All right.
At least we're close to water.
I'll keep first watch. We'll need to do at least one more watch. So who's going to get halfway through the night?
I'll do second watch.
All right. So here we go. We'll go ahead and eat up 1 day's worth of ration. And I'll see everyone in the morning. I'll wake you up in the middle of the night, Kerbag.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys generally go sleep. Nameless, since everyone's asleep except for myself. If you want to roll opposing perception checks and sleight of hand, you do so. Do you want to... What are you going to do?
I would like to do that, but first, I'd like to know how badly am I injured as of right now?
So you did lose about 4 hit points earlier. I would say about a day ago. For the most part, because you traveled during the day, you've had some short rests in there. I'd say you've mostly healed up. I'd put you right back at full health.
Okay, so then yes, I would like to roll, please.
You said perception disadvantage?
So she's gonna have advantage. Or she's not gonna have advantage. She's gonna do sleight of hand. There's a DC that she has to pass. If she passes it, she'll get out, and then I'll also roll a perception check to see if I see her doing anything. I won't be able to stop her. It'll be more of like a reaction rather than a proaction.
So I roll normal?
No, you're asleep. It's just me.
Well, no. I'm saying because I'm in control.
Oh, yeah. You just roll like a sleight of hand normal check. Alright, so you try to wiggle as hard as you can through these, but for the most part you're unsuccessful, at least for the first half of the night. What you do with the rest of the 4-hour watch that is under Thorin, you did not get out, but you can do anything else except for sleight of hand, because you are tied up rather harshly. Now, I'll go ahead and roll a perception check for what I might see or might not see through the night. I rolled a 4, guys.
Nice.
Congratulations. You see leaves.
Alright. My night watch goes without any event. Alright. Alright, Kerbag. He just kind of like nudges you a little bit. Your watch. And he just he lays down and immediately begins snoring his face off.
Oh. Alright. So Kerbag goes over and sneaks over to the purple eggplant. Do I have to do a roll or no?
No, you're the only one awake.
Oh, okay, good. He leans over to the purple eggplant. So I hear you come from the underground. There any dwarves or gnomes that need kicking down there?
Nameless, you would know that there are dwarves in the Underdark.
I wouldn't.
Ooh. Could you lead me there?
If you untie these, then maybe.
I don't know. There is a pretty penny to go and kill these bandits. Maybe if I untie you and you help me kill the bandits, then we could go to the underground together.
And how do I know you're not going to kick me afterwards?
Because you're not a dwarf.
Are you telling the truth? If you're lying, then you do have to make a
No, I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'll make a deal. You let me go, and I'll help you. But only you. Not helping the shiny.
No, the shiny human deserves a good kick in the ass.
I agree.
But
okay, Grigor, go ahead and make a perception check on that one.
Grigor.
He's not even going to do it.
Me?
Oh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and see if you heard them shit talking you. You heard your name. Your ears might perk up a little bit to your name.
Perception check normal?
Yeah.
I just said shiny human. Oh,
You rolled a natural one, by the way. You don't know shit.
I was sound asleep.
Yeah, dude. So you're dreaming. Alright. So while you guys are doing that, right now you guys have had a few days since the breaking of the Pillar of Peace. You guys have had slight sensations, in your fingertips, when you were kind of practicing, let's say you're, fiddling around with your weapons and armor. You guys have had these slight sensations of power within yourselves. A few of you. So right now, in your dream, Serenity, you are dreaming of yourself underneath the ocean in the Merfolk capital. You yourself, you were pretty young at this point, and your parents, you actually see them. You don't know your parents, but with this memory, it was so long ago. You don't remember it, but you get the sense that you're looking at your parents right now. It's a very noble-looking, high merfolk who's got a big white beard, very broad man, and he's holding the same trident that you're carrying in your hand, but in its dry form, the staff that you're wearing. But you'd know if it was underwater, it would be your actual trident. You recognize that's that. You recognize that may be your father. You have a good sensation. And then you also see your mother, who looks an exact image of you, just older with some gray streaks. They're kind of smiling down on you, and he is handing you the loot that you carry with you, right now. You have this sensation when you played this lute that the water around you kind of started to churn to your music, and every single time you strummed this lute, the water forced itself around, and you felt the sensation of power every single time you played it. Now, Gregor, while you're asleep, you're actually dreaming of your cathedral that you trained at before you were relocated to Eden. You were actually in the city of Anchorage at the High Cathedral, and you had this calling from Pelor. You're praying in your dream, and Pelor actually is face to face with you. He looks like a very noble elf, actually. He's actually not human, and not many people would know what Pelor looks like, since he has not shown himself for 500 years. However, he's elvish in feature. He's got very long black hair, and it's very straightened behind him. He's wearing pale white robes with gold trimmings, and he put his hand on you, on your right shoulder, and outside of the dream, you feel this burning hand on your shoulder, and it burns, but you can feel like it actually has given you vigor, as if it's healed part of your soul, part of some of your doubt that you've had. His handprint is actually burned onto your skin in real life, but you felt like he's given you a sense of power, a sense of like he laid his hand on you. So that's what you two have dreamed of. Nameless, you have not been asleep yet, so you haven't dreamed. Kerbag, the first half of the night, you just dreamed of bloodlust battle. You were dreaming of your plot that you were just speaking with Nameless. You were just dreaming about kicking dwarves. That's what you were doing. So I'll go ahead and let you guys continue role playing. But Kerbag, before I want you to do that, I want you to roll your perception check for your shift.
Alrighty. Where's that? Perception.
Jesus.
Was that another? Oh.
Honey.
Alright. So, Kerbag, you don't notice this, but right outside the camp, there's a large pair of yellow eyes watching. All right. So you don't notice this right away. However, Gregor, you wake up with that burning sensation in your shoulder. I want you to make a perception check.
Wait, is Nameless untied right now?
What happened?
Is Nameless untied?
This is all kind of happening at the same moment.
Okay.
All right, Gregor, you wake up in pain from this burning sensation. You're kind of digging down at your shirt, trying to figure out why you're burning on your right shoulder. You see this burned handprint, and as you kind of look up, you see you see Kerbag and Nameless kind of talking, but behind Kerbag, you now see 3 pairs of yellow eyes about 5 feet away from Kerbag's back.
Kerbag, behind you.
At this point, I need people to start rolling initiative. I'll go ahead and start walking people through it. I'll go ahead and load the scene real quick.
I don't know how to roll initiative.
I'll get us
Top
there.
right, underneath the level 2 fighter, or level 2, whatever you have, and then initiative, just right there.
1 second.
You can't roll that. Never mind. I did nothing.
Alright, so you guys didn't get to see this. Now, Gregor got to see it, so he is readied. However, everyone else is not readied. Nameless is at a permanent disadvantage if any of them go after Nameless at this time. So I'm going to have Nameless tied to this tree. I'm going to have Kerbag right here. Gregor was able to see it over here.
Why am I so tiny?
Because you're a tiny, shiny human.
Alright, so I'm going to roll each of us into combat at this point. And Joe's still shaking it.
Still do not know how to roll initiative.
Alright, so in the top right with that fist, you should be able to click that fist, and now all the players in combat are currently there. I'll go ahead and roll for myself. Ready?
Oh, jeez. 18 initiative. Nice. Ooh.
Alright,
Oh.
so this round, this first round is going to be the 3 goblins and Grigor. Then after that, it's going to be everyone else's round again. Alright, so Goblin 2, where are ye? So Goblin 2 is going to walk up right to you, Kerbag, and he's going to try to hurt you a little bit.
Kerbag will stop the yellow-green things.
Alright, so he's going to roll attack on you, normal, and he's going to roll a 23, which I believe hits you.
Yeah, it does.
And he hits you for 4 damage.
Ah.
Just make sure everything's good here.
Definitely.
Let's see.
Give me just one moment here, guys.
I can scoop around in my hit points.
Yeah.
Kerbag is not going to enjoy this.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the vision real quick here. And save. That's awesome. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we've got the first goblin hidden Kerbag. And this goblin's also going to go up to you, Kerbag.
Mm.
Let's see features. He has a mace. He's going to try to wallop you. He's going to roll a 10, which I believe does not hit you.
No, it does not.
Alright. So from this distance, Grigor, you can reach the goblins. And you can attack pretty much any of these goblins. But you can pick what you want to do. But you're within range to Hawk.
Okay. I want to move forward and attack the one with the mace.
Alright, can you move your guy?
I cannot.
Alright.
Unless there's a specific way to, and I just don't know how to do it.
No. Alright, so and you want to move right there? Alright. And do you want to attack the one holding the mace that just tried to hit Kerbag, or?
Yes.
Alright. So go ahead and click onto your character and roll the attack that you want to do.
Okay.
So
where do I see that?
If you go into your character, you click your name in actors, which is the 3 people icon in the top right.
Okay. I can also double click my character and it pulls that up too, by the way.
Yep. So you can go in here and you can click your inventory. If you hover over the spear, the longsword, there's a dice in the left side. Click that, and that would bring you up the your attacks. If you go to the features right next to that, you'll also have your spells as well.
Oh, sorry.
You do have your lay on hands, but for the attacks right now, you only have the longsword and spear.
Okay. I want to use my longsword because that's what I had readily available.
All right. So go ahead and click that roll dice and roll attack.
And then normal?
Normal, yeah. So you rolled an 18, which does hit this guy. Now go ahead and roll damage.
How do I do that? Oh. Normal?
Yeah. So you actually slice the head off this guy. He instantly dies. You hit such a perfect blow. He is just completely dead, and his head topples over at Kerbag's feet. So he is dead. Beautiful round. And now we're going to move over to the other goblin that still has his surprise round. Dead.
It'd be cool if we had an image for the character being dead.
Yeah, that would take a lot of work. All right. So he is going to go ahead and try to attack you after seeing his companion die. He kind of like yips like, "Rah!" He kind of lunges his spear at you. And he rolls a 14. Does that hit you?
I don't know if it hits me or not. Is it strength based?
So,
No, armor class.
Yeah, armor class, the AC. So your armor class is 19.
Jesus.
Yes.
So
that means that
as he is like thrusting his spear into you, you drop your shield onto his spear and it just smashes into the ground. Doesn't do any damage to you whatsoever. So now we're gonna start back up at the top of the priority list again. And let's see, Goblin 3's dead, so we're doing Goblin 2. Goblin 2, he is going to go ahead and try to attack Kerbag again.
Why'd you sit in the back?
So this was a surprise round.
Oh.
Because you guys didn't see anything. Because you guys are losers. He rolls an 18, Kerbag. Does that hit you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so he is bloodlust. He has bloodlust in his eyes. He got you one time on the left side of your ribcage. He's going to go ahead and try to get you on the right side and does 6 damage.
Damn.
Kerbag is going to stomp the little shit's eyes out.
All right, now it's Grigor's turn again.
Okay. At this point, I'm pissed off at the goblin with the spear that tried to attack me. So I go ahead and I use my sword that I still have available and attack him.
All right.
So,
yeah. Yep.
The head, longsword. Oh. I accidentally hit it twice. Attack?
Yeah.
And then damage?
So you rolled 9 for attack, which does not hit. So you swing at this goblin, who just kind of ducks a little bit and easily gets out of the way. You completely miss him. You don't even touch his armor. At this point, let's see whose turn it is. It's now Kerbag's turn to take a swing. So,
All right. I'm going to go and aim at the little shit with the daggers.
he's hit you twice, dude.
Yeah. I would like to hit his companion's head straight into his head.
So you're trying to grapple, and you're trying to smash their heads together?
Well, his head is at my feet, right?
So no, the goblins stand around 3 to 4 feet tall. So and his head's not at. Oh, you're
The
dead
enemy
one is
like
at
the
your
fallen
feet.
ones.
Yes.
Yeah. So should I roll spiked boots or should I roll something else?
So if you're trying to, so you can roll to attack with your spiked boots. We'll do that,
Alright.
and then we'll subtract the proficiency bonus. So go
Alright.
ahead and so we're gonna -4, but that's still gonna hit them. So you pick up this dead goblin's head and you smash this other goblin in the head with that goblin skull. Roll damage real quick, and we'll minus the weapon damage, and we'll do that.
Alright.
All right, so you hit him for 5 with this goblin, with this dead goblin skull, and you could tell that you actually rocked this goblin. He actually gets flown back like 5 feet from how hard you hit him with the dead goblin's head. And like right now, he's actually kind of prone, like he fell on his back. So he's at advantage for any other attacks. If you tried to attack him right now, you'd have an advantage roll. So now,
Hey.
Yep.
Quick question. So, technically speaking, Chrissy is in the initiative.
Yep.
Is she able, at this point, during all of this, able to roll a sleight of hand to try to get out of her binds?
That's what this turn would be if she wants to do it.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I didn't mean to. If you want to continue.
Oh, no, it's her turn.
Okay. Normal?
Yep. Unfortunately, still nothing. It's just as tight as they were as they were earlier. You haven't made any way with them. Whoever tied these knots tied them real well. Now Thorin is behind you, and so is Serenity. Thorin kind of sees that while he's about to run up to the goblins. He's like, "Stop that, little missy. We'll get you in a little bit." Alright, so now we are going to go next in order to Serenity. Serenity, you're within range at this time. You just woke up from your dream where you felt like you had powers. Were you willing to test those powers and see if you could maybe use them against these goblins?
I would love to.
Alright. So, in your dream, you kind of had this ability to move things around you and kind of project the water out. Do you want to kind of try to copy that at this point?
Sure, why not?
All right, so you don't necessarily know what you're about to do. However, you're going to attempt to cast what we'd know as magic missile. Now this hits. This doesn't necessarily miss. It just does damage. Let me go ahead and read it. So you're going to shoot 3 bolts of magic at the goblins. Each are guaranteed to do at least 1 damage. However, they do 1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and roll these real quick. Sweet Jesus.
I annihilated them, didn't I?
Well, what do you want to do? So you have the one goblin that is at 1 health in the background that Kerbag just absolutely smashed with a goblin skull. He's near dead. And the one that just tried to attack Gregor is completely full health. He's kind of holding the shield, kind of readying up for another chance to
get that mofo with the full health.
So
kill his
ass. You have 3 different bolts. So you can direct these 3 bolts any way you want.
I want to hit the guy with the most health twice and the one with the least health 1 time.
Right. No matter which way you add this up, you actually kill both of these goblins. Yeah, so you blow up the goblin on the ground, and he just kind of splats in the ground. Yeah, a pink mist. And the other one you nail like once with a magic bolt, and it hits him square in the gut, and he just kind of like throws up some blood. And the second one you nail him right in the crown of his head, and his head explodes. All 3 of these goblins die, but from behind you can actually hear some footsteps behind you at this point. You realize that these goblins weren't only coming from this side. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get these 3 guys into combat real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get the initiatives reset up for these 3 guys and start a new round. Let me go ahead and make sure these guys are dead over here. A little bit, maybe. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get these guys. We're going to put them in combat.
Oh, those are shitballs. Do they have surprise attack or no?
So these guys, they're going to... Let me just check real quick. Let me look at my passive perception as Thorn. Yeah, they're going to get the surprise attack. So they're going to get a round where they're going to go ahead and try to hit us, and then it'll re-roll all the initiative again, and we'll start from the top basically. So the first one is Goblin ranged. He's going to go ahead and try to hit Serenity right in the back after seeing her absolutely obliterate 2 of the goblins. He's squaring up an arrow to knock, and he's about to shoot her in the back. He rolls a 23, which certainly hits you, and he lays one in your left shoulder for 5 damage. Alright, so you're fairly hurt at this point, too. Now, the other goblins are actually going to go ahead and try to attack Thorn from the behind at the same time. This guy's going to go ahead and try to hit him with a little quarterstaff thing. This little cutie. He misses completely. Like, he tries to swing and just does not judge that Thorn's a dwarf and just fucking swings right over his head. Thorn's like, oh, is there a wind? But Goblin number 5 is going to go ahead and thrust his sword, which does hit Thorn. Let's go ahead and see how much it does, though. It does 3 damage. So he clips Thorn right in the shoulder. He's like, "Oh God, son of a bitch!" And he kind of turns around, and he's about to swing right at this goblin too. Cause let me check. So Thorn was actually next in the line of combat. He never got to go the first time. So Thorn, in reaction to being hit, he's pissed off. He takes his short sword, tries to ram it right up this goblin's face. And fucking misses. He critically rolls 1, and while he is swinging around in reaction to that goblin hitting him, he actually lets go of his sword. And his sword is actually thrown to the face.
Fucking dwarf.
David Thorne.
Oh, god dang it! Son bitch! I need help over here! I don't have a weapon! Guys, help me! And he's kind of like, he's trying to back up without being attacked again. So we're going to go ahead and start right from the top, and Grigor, it's your go.
Okay. I run to his help, trying to help him, and I immediately try to attack that freaky little goblin with a shield and dagger.
Alright.
And at this point, in the middle of doing it, I see my spear. I pick up my spear, and so that's the one I'm going to try to use.
Awesome. You miss.
Fuck.
So in this cool move, you're trying to react to the 300 movies. You try to spear this goblin, and he kind of just jumps, and you completely miss. Like, it goes underneath his arm, and he just kind of right back at you as you missed. Now it's Kerbag, your turn.
I'm gonna use my longbow to shoot the little fucker that laughed.
All right, so you're gonna be at disadvantage here because you're trying to shoot past Thorn.
Am I?
Yeah, so he's on the other side.
Fucking racist.
Fuck dwarfs. Alright.
You're just gonna do it. Roll at a disadvantage.
Do not roll a 4.
Alright, let's see. So attack, disadvantage, right?
So you rolled an 11. Fortunately, you had good enough aim to not hit Thorn, but not good enough aim to hit the goblin. It just zooms right past him and like knocks right into a tree, like food, and you're like, oh fuck. All right, now Chrissy, it's your turn again. Are you gonna try to wiggle out again? Maybe yell for help?
Wiggle out again.
Wiggle out again, she said.
All right. 22. So you were able to work down these the ropes a little bit the last couple hours, I should say, and you were able to get the ropes around your chest off, and you're able to stand up at this point, and you kind of cut through with. Let me go ahead and actually think. So I accidentally threw my sword because I'm an idiot. I accidentally threw it right next to you. So you're able to use the sword and cut your binds off before anyone could react, and you picked up my longsword, actually. You can now, freely, I'm going to give you another action. You can do what you want.
So does that mean I'm close to the goblin that's attacking everybody?
You could attack everyone here, probably except for the goblin ranged out, because he's about 30 or maybe 40 feet.
Wait, can I make a perception check to make sure I see that? Because I'm right next to her.
No, you see that. You just can't
react.
I
I see that.
You just can't react. So you shot that arrow as she was standing up, and you're like, oh god.
Well, can't I just scream out to her, don't forget your fucking promise?
Oh yeah, dude, you can talk
Yeah.
as much as you want. Within
Okay,
reason. You can't read a short story, but there's time to talk.
It's like, wait, everybody. There once was a dog.
Yes. So I just shot that at her.
Okay, where's the goblin that shot Serenity?
That's the one over here.
Well, it's too far away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Of course, it's I want. Okay, so I would like to roll then to try and attack the goblin that is attacking everybody else.
Okay. So you kind of push past Serenity, but not to hurt her. You get right past her, and you're just jumping right in the fray of combat. So go ahead and you see where in chat you can roll my longsword. So if you go up, or the short sword, it's about 4 minutes ago. Since that's the weapon you're using, you can roll attack with that.
I click on it and it doesn't let me do anything.
I'll roll then. So you rolled an 18, which does hit the goblin that is attacking everyone. The one that hit me is the one in the black armor there. The one that has not hit anybody is the one in the brown armor. You're aiming for the one on the left?
Yes.
Alright. So you absolutely smash the crap out of this goblin. Like you swing down on him and you hit him right in the collarbone and you slice him dead in half, and both sides of his bodies just kind of flop on the ground, and like his entrails are just kind of pouring out at this point. But yeah, you obliterated the crap out of him. He's gone. He's toast. Thorn's kind of like, oh god, this is a turn of events. Serenity, it's now your turn.
Well, I definitely want to kill them. I want to kill all of them for hurting me so badly. How does magic rolls go? Can you do magic missile again? Do you have to wait?
No, you can do magic missile again. You got 3 more first level spells at this point until a long rest is done, which will be next night.
Let's do magic missile again.
Alright, so using the knowledge that you had before, you kind of stick your hand out like you did the first time, and the magic comes out of your fist, and you're aiming for the ranged one in the back?
Yes.
So you kind of feel this power go from inside of your heart. Like you feel like it's coming from your heart, but it's just the complete inside of your body. It kind of makes its way down your arm and shoots out in 3 pulses. And each one of these hits the goblin dead square in the chest, and he just blows up in a ball of pink mist. He's just dead instantly.
That's what you get.
Now, let's go ahead and see what's going on. So now it is Thorn's turn. Thorn's like, I don't know what to do. I don't got a weapon. I'm just going to punch this guy. I'll just go ahead and fucking... I'll just roll this again, but with no weapon proficiencies. So he rolls a 13. So he tries to punch this goblin, who kind of just grabs his fist and throws it away. Doesn't do anything. So this goblin's going to go ahead and try to attack. Now he's going to try to hit Nameless, who just destroyed his friend. Actually, no, he's by himself. He just saw both of his friends get destroyed. So he's going to disengage, and he's going to use a full dash to try to get away. So there's no attacks of opportunity, and he runs 60 feet this way. And then we can start at the top of the order with Grigor again.
Okay. Get back here, you little shit! And I throw a spear. I throw the spear at him.
Okay. You're not proficient in throwing a spear, so I'm going to have you roll it at disadvantage.
Oh, shit. So, spear... attack.
So the spear misses. It lodges into the tree next to it. You kind of got a running start, so you didn't get too far. He's about, at this point, 40 feet away from you. You're not going to be able to get to him. You could dash and get close, but you're not going to catch him this one turn.
Okay.
All right, Kurbag, your opportunity to do what you want.
If I use the longbow, would I be at disadvantage?
No, you're good.
Okay, I'm going to try the longbow again.
Alright, so it'd probably wise for you to most likely move up a little bit and then use the
Yeah. Okay, we get that. And then attack. Normal. That sucks.
Yeah, you shoot your arrow, completely misses too. This goblin is flooring ass out of there. He sees 5 dead companions of his, and he's running for the hills. At this point, let's see. Chrissy can try to chase after him. She can use a dash, but she's not going to be able to attack. So, at this point,
yeah, she wants to do that. She wants to get closer.
So you get all 60 feet, but in order to do so, you have to use your dash action, which means you aren't able to attack, but you are right next to him.
Take a little shit.
Alright, so Serenity, it's your turn if you want to try to blow this guy up.
So let me just get this right. So I've used magic missile twice now.
You still got 2 more, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's roll again. Let's do it again.
Alright, so you're probably going to try to get into vision,
yes.
So you don't blow up, Grigor by mistake. Well, both of them, yeah.
Oh.
Let me go ahead and read the... the distance? 120 feet. So yeah, you can. You're gonna hit him.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, and you
shit's
kill him.
fucking dead.
Slice it up, just-
Yep. All right. So with
Like, I thought-
one last ounce of your ability, because you're getting exhausted at this point, because you're not used to using magic. You do hold out both hands, and it shoots like 3 larger magic missiles, and just nails right between the shoulders. Each one of them nails this goblin right in the back, and he blows up into a big pink mist ball. And as far as everyone knows, these goblins are all dead, and there's no one else around.
If it permits, just because I see everybody dead, I would like to roll a perception check.
What are you trying to perceive?
To see if there's any more goblins.
Yeah, sure.
Also, Chrissy said she would like to do that as well. I'm not sure if there's an order.
Yeah, guys, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Perception check?
I mean, if everyone wants to roll perception checks, we can. I could just do it here. Unless you want to roll it.
Haha.
Fuck, she sees everything.
Go. No, just go. Roll it.
Let's see.
Serenity sees everything.
Yeah.
I need glasses, dude.
All right, so
I might roll.
so for the most part, you guys don't see any
Yeah,
other
okay.
goblins in the area. You guys kind of assess the battlefield. You don't see any other yellow eyes, shining in the darkness. You can see that all these goblins, where this goblin's running away, there's a lot of more prints, like they all came from the same direction, and they kind of spread around your guys' camp while Kerbag was talking. However, they all came from that general direction. That's the only thing that you see, though, are those tracks.
Okay. Again, not trying to jump in front of everybody, but all right. I think we got them all. Let's loot them.
Son of a bitch, before you look at the bodies, man, I got cut up over here. 1 second, I need to wrap myself up.
I need to heal myself too.
Can I go over there and do lay on hands?
Yes, you can. All right, so lay on hands. Your blessed touch can heal wounds. You can heal a total number of hit points of your paladin level times 5. So you can heal 10 total health points, and you have to be physically able to touch someone. You can spread these out as you see fit.
So I just roll and then I spread it out.
These
to
are not
whoever I
rolls.
want.
You can do 10 heals every day, I believe.
So I go ahead and I hit.
So if you want, what are you going to do? Because I can just help you out. Are you going to heal Serenity, Thorn, and Kerbag, or are you going to split them up?
Well, I'd like to. Well, my first person that I wanted to talk to, I want to use all the amount of healing that is needed for Thorin, and then I'm gonna split whatever's left between Serenity and Kerbag.
Okay. So Thorn just needs 3 health points, so you got 7 split between them. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much. It feels so good." You walk over to him, and you have this idea, because Pelor touched you on your right shoulder. You go ahead, you bring up your left hand, and you touch Thorn on his left shoulder, and you can feel this like warm sensation exit you and irradiate around Thorn, and you can see the gash that he got from the sword wound close up and start to scar over. And you're going to go ahead and do the same thing to Serenity. Now, Kerbag is damaged a little bit more. He's got 10, or he was damaged for 10, and Serenity was damaged for 5. So how do you want to split that up?
I'm going to do 4 for Kerbag and 3 for Serenity.
Alright, so Kerbag gets 18 health points. Jake, know that you have your warrior orc shit that heals you up too.
Yeah. How do I roll that?
Also, I just want to point out, I know they got hurt, but the only person I could see that actually got hurt was Kerbag.
Yeah, I'll I'll do technical checks on that next time because I see that as well for some reason. Only I know there's a way to show it. So you're not going to get your lay on hands back until you have a long rest. Serenity, same with you. You have 1 spell slot left out of the 4 level 1 spell slots. The next time you long rest, it'll refill all those spell slots. You guys, it's basically the daylight's starting to come up, so there's no more time to rest. But you guys have healed up now. I guess you guys all kind of came together. Except for Nameless, we haven't really talked what you're doing.
What is your objective?
I want to get my stuff back off the horse.
Alright, so you walk up to the tied up horse. I'm going to say the horse is probably over in this side of camp. And Thorn kind of looks at you puzzlingly like, can I get my sword back?
Do you give him a sword back?
Not till I get my shit back first.
Well, this is unfair.
Kerbeck walks up to her. Remember the fucking promise.
Yeah, I did. I saved your ass. Now give me back my stuff.
Fine. Do I know where her shit is in the horse?
It's on the horse.
Oh, okay.
I need you to make an intelligence check for your brain.
Oh, my brain. I like this idea. Alrighty. Intelligence ability check. I swear to God, if I get another.
You got a 9, so you're kind of like, I think it's on the horse. Alright, so I'm assuming everyone lets that go. No one is stopping Kerbeck from giving Nameless all of her gear back, her weapons. I'm assuming...
So, I just want to rewind here for a second. So, she stepped in front of me to protect me to fight a goblin?
Yeah.
Well, I would say thank you for stepping in front of me to save my life. And where are you going?
Where are you going? I'm not going anywhere. I just have to get my stuff so that I can defend if the stupid shiny human tries to attack me.
So you're saying that you're going to stay with the group?
For now, until I fulfill the rest of the things I need to do.
Serenity jumps around with glee and happiness.
Instantly, Grigor turns to Thorin and asks, should we let this slide?
She saved us. She fought with us. She could have stabbed Serenity in the back, but instead, she protected Serenity. We're going to let this slide. We're going to need people to watch her all night on the next night shift. Other than that, I say we let it go.
I trust your judgment.
Alright, so from there, unless you guys want to keep role-playing first.
Okay. Because, I kind of know how to do this in person, but of course I don't know how to do it on here. In terms of, looting to see if there was anything potentially resourceful, what kind of skill check would you...
You would do an investigation check.
Okay. I would like to do that. And I mean, of course, I think everybody else should as well.
I agree.
Me too.
Wait, doesn't Nameless have to say what she was doing? Since she had the promise, or no? Would I have to use an intimidating roll?
What do you mean?
So basically the promise was she has to help us and tell us what happened. And then we can go to the Underdark, or whatever it's called.
That's between you and Nameless.
Oh, okay.
None of us know.
Oh,
We were
okay.
asleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to do investigation checks,
Roll for me.
Are we just investigating the bodies?
Yes,
you're
I
trying-
want all the good stuff.
No, I'm taking all the good
I
stuff
mean,
from
I did
you.
blow them up to little smithereens. I'm sorry about that. But what
Fuck, dude.
we can
I don't find shit.
I'm definitely going back to the one where I smashed
You
its head.
Who found anything and everything else on their bodies?
Because I'm amazing.
alright, so you guys kind of search these goblin bodies. There's a lot of really dirty goblin-like money. It's not what you guys are familiar with spending in the cities. It's very crude, almost kind of like they were chewing on gold coins, kind of gnawed on. But you guys collectively find about 15 gold pieces worth of money. Now, Nameless found the most because she's awesome at investigating. So she got about 10 gold pieces. It's up to her to tell you if she found anything. Other than that, there's just random gear. There's like a leather tunic here, a crude spear here, a dagger. There's that goblin's head. But there's about 5 gold to split between the rest of you guys, outside of Nameless telling you that she found 10 gold.
All right. Well, we only found 5 gold coins. I think what we should do is at least collect what gear is good here, and maybe we can sell it.
It's not going to sell for much. You're going to weigh yourselves down.
Maybe we can sell it.
Now, I got an idea. Now, you guys said there's some tracks leading off. These goblins are known to have hordes of goodies back at their lair. Like if they have a camp or if they have a cave. If we can find that cave, then they probably have stuff way better than just gold.
Serenity then says, but what about the bandits?
So we've got a week to kill the bandits, and I'm sure Nora's not going to be too mad about us taking an extra day or so. We each got to make sure that we don't get killed out here, but if we kill some goblins on the way, so be it. No one's going to miss them.
And hey, who knows? Maybe these goblins are the bandits people are thinking about.
It could be right. Could be wrong. He's a human. It could be right.
Kerbag,
Well, what?
kick him.
Shiny human, what do you want?
You get to kick him.
Kerbeck goes over to him. Stand nice and still now, little thing. And he kicks the dwarf.
Roll attack.
Oh no. 1 second. Kerbeck will do this with no regrets.
Alright. Roll damage.
Oh, shit. Oh.
You hit Thorn for 4 damage. But
What's the point of healing him?
you son of a bitch! I'm gonna fucking kill you now. Yeah, he has the long sword out that he got back from Nameless, and he's gonna go ahead and just try to swing at you.
That's 15, so it hits.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Hits
Fuck.
you for 9.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
fuck.
Little dwarf got revenge.
You want to kick me again, or you want me to keep going at you?
You can't take a fucking joke.
I said don't kick me, or I'll kill you, and I meant it.
Boy.
Gentlemen, let's all calm down.
Kerbeck has no choice. Wait, wouldn't I just be like bleeding and just battered at 9 health?
Yeah, no, he sliced you up real good. Like you're encumbered at this point. Like you had to take a knee, but you could still get up and fight if you still needed to. But yeah, you're profusely like bleeding across your chest.
Gregor would like to intervene and roll a medicine check.
It's not needed unless you need to like stabilize someone if they have like they hit an artery or they're dying.
I want to roll.
Yeah.
I want to roll for.
So you want to try to like attempt to see if if you have the ability to like heal.
Yeah, I want to see if I can do
So-
like curing for him.
So you get close to Kerbag. Kerbag, are you gonna like try to get her off you?
It's Serenity, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna try
So-
anything.
You kind of use the same sensation that you had when you shot magic out of your hands. You kind of use that same sensation, trying to like use like you rub your hands like on his chest to like over the wound where the blood is, and you can see that it's actually helping. It's closing up the wound, and you actually can see that this wound is now mostly shut. There's still a little bit more blood, but you didn't realize it, but your powers actually healed Kerbag for 8 health.
This
Thank
should
you,
make you feel
Serenity.
better. Don't get in any fights more with any more dwarves, okay?
Fine. At least none that are looking at me.
You're lucky she had those healing powers. I'm not going to be nice next time. I usually only use my healing powers for animals, and you're an animal.
No, I will get that head off your shoulders.
You'd be lucky if you try to get in.
We'll see about that dwarf. Ooh, motorcycle.
First encounter successful. Nameless is now part of the group, unbound and slightly trusted. What we do know is that there are 6 dead goblins, and we have found tracks leading from one direction. And the consensus of the group is to follow those tracks and see if we can maybe find a lair or camp that might bring more riches. Alright, so who is going to go ahead and try to track those tracks? That would be nature checks, and see if we can easily follow them. I mean, anyone can do it. I'll go ahead and...
Oh, okay, so everyone can do it.
What's mine?
And then normal. Yeah, that works.
Alright, so both Nameless and Serenity are both able to track these goblins. Fairly easily, they're able to look at and follow these. It looks like there's 6 tracks. They all kind of walk shoulder to shoulder, but they all walk from one direction. So you guys are pretty easily able to follow these tracks if you so want to.
Well,
I think we should just keep following them. How about you guys do?
We should, but we should be cautious. They could be hiding anywhere.
Alright, so I say the blonde human, she's good at seeing things. Let's go ahead and have her watch, make sure no one follows us or ambushes us, and we'll follow these tracks until we can maybe find their camp.
I'm okay with that.
Alright, so Serenity's going to go ahead and give us a perception check. And she can see everything, and she sees absolutely nothing because there's no one following you guys. There's no ambushes. The light is kind of cresting now the horizon. Again, there are 2 stars that go over Loraeyn. The first one being blue, so right now there's a natural blue hint to everything. This one does not hurt your eyes as much, Nameless, as the second star does. That is more red. While the blue star is the main star in the sky, you are not at disadvantage for any kind of perception wisdom checks. But while the red star is the only one in the sky, you are at damage. You are at disadvantage. So there's no one ambushing you guys, and you guys follow the tracks pretty safely until it's about midday. You guys start to find a clearing where you guys do see there's a camp set up, and looks like there's a fire because you can see some smoke. What do you guys do?
I think I can see a fire. Is that a plume of smoke?
I'd like to do another perception check to see a little bit, like if there's anybody around the fire, if there's anyone in the forest, or anywhere.
All right, so Serenity's going to give us a perception check to see what she sees out there. So she rolled a 17. You're able to see the camp perfectly because this is a less dense part of the forest because they've cleared out most of the trees. You do see one big figure, and you can see two goblins as well. The big figure you haven't seen before. You're not used to land mammals and other kind of humanoids and what's what. But it kind of looks like Kerbag, but more hairy, basically. You can see it's kind of got doggish fangs and claws, where Kerbag looks more like just a bigger green humanoid, but you don't know what it is.
Can I ask Kerbag if he knows, or can I ask the group if they know what it is?
You can generally ask, and then we could do some nature checks if anyone wants to try to roll a nature check and see what that description kind of sounds like.
I'd like to ask the group if anyone has seen this kind of creature before, since I don't have that kind of knowledge.
Alright, Thorn kind of looks at you and is like, it's kind of a shit description, I don't know what you're talking about. Nameless and Grigor both know Kerbag. He's like,
You're dumb.
You asked me a question?
Kerbag looks at you, he's kind of like, are you describing me? And then both Grigor and Nameless know what this creature is. Nameless and Grigor, you would both know this as a bugbear. Bugbears are known to lead small goblin camps. They're rather intimidating, and goblins will do whatever they say. They are very tough. They are known to dual wield weapons, and generally whenever there's a goblin attack, like a goblin raids a village, it's usually led by a bugbear that can lead to many casualties to a lot of people.
So, question. If you kill that, will the goblins not attack you, or they still will attack you?
So goblins in general, you could probably ask Grigor and Nameless at this point. They would know that goblins are very frightful, and when they're the last one standing, they'll run away. And if their leader dies, the main goblin, they'll run away as well. A lot of the small humanoids like that, goblins and gnolls, will do the same thing. If they're the last one standing, they'll run.
So if the leader's killed, then they won't do anything, pretty much.
Right. Well, they know that. You'll have to...
So, does anybody know how they behave? Do they attack without a leader? The goblins?
Typically, they're probably going to run away, but we shouldn't rely on that. We should be careful at all times.
Okay. What do you guys think we should do then?
We should murder them all.
Alright, so you guys kind of crest this, and you guys can all really see the same thing now. You guys see this big camp. Obviously, there's some campfires. The scene's a little bit dark because most of the forest scenes are dark, but know that it's daytime right now. Things aren't going to be able to hide in the shadows right now, except for Nameless, because she's generally pretty stealthy. But right in the center of the camp, you do see this bugbear, and then right next to the bugbear, you do see two goblins as well. Only two.
Can I roll the sneak behind the bugbear and everything?
So
around the camp?
They do not see you right now. You guys can make stealth checks. They're generally all looking at the campfire. Which way do you guys want to try to enter this?
The screen is just flashing for me right now with the game paused. I can't see the camp.
1 second.
Oh, jeez. Wait, I can see it now. I can see. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Okay. Oh, it's just moving now. It's like I'm having an epileptic seizure.
No. You guys have 5. There's only 3 there.
Okay, that's the only ones we can see. There's nobody else, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you guys see. You guys had high perception checks, and you just saw these 3.
Okay.
In the camp.
So there could be people outside of the camp that we can't see that could come back and attack us.
You're in a forest. I can't tell you that you see everything in the forest.
Could we do a nature check and maybe see anything else?
No. Perception check. She does not see anything else. You guys stayed there for a little bit to assess the camp, what they were standing around. You only saw the 3 movement. You didn't see anything else outside the woods. For all you guys know and believe, there's just these 3 figures here.
Should we try to sneak up on the main guy then?
Yes.
So there'll be stealth checks for everyone?
We're in agreement.
Yes.
So we do have a rogue here. She seems pretty stealthy, like she could easily hide. We might want to rely on her. I don't know if anyone else wants to sneak like the big orc, but he's going to be seen pretty easily.
That's what you think, dwarf.
So Nameless, you do have a sneak attack. At first level, you know how to sneak attack. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature. Let's see. With an attack, you have advantage on the attack roll. So basically, when you have advantage, you deal an extra 1d6, and you'll get an advantage if you successfully sneak.
Okay, I want to roll for that then.
Okay, roll stealth. Let's see what you get.
Roll what?
Stealth.
Advantage?
Regular.
Damn it.
You have a +8 and you only rolled a 2.
Oh, Lord.
Alright, so you start making your way up to the edge of the camp here. You're not unstealthy, but you did step on some twigs on the way to the camp. And they're all kind of like, and they're kind of looking over there. They think something's over there. They don't quite see you yet, but you're certainly not, invisible to them. They're going to start walking towards you here pretty soon.
Who else has high stealth? Do I have high stealth?
Her turn is done at this point, right?
They're now alert. You guys are.
Oh,
probably,
so we're about to fight.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
They're slowly walking towards you guys. I'm until they're right next to her, they can't see her, but they are walking. So you guys have to start making decisions.
Shoot an arrow at him.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You're breaking out.
Shoot an arrow at him. Do it.
Oh, yeah, I shoot an arrow at one of the goblins.
Like a staff.
Am I in range to see that?
What? This is time to vent. You guys have to act.
Oh,
I'd like
yeah.
to shoot
No, I'd shoot it.
I'd like to shoot something at the big guy.
No, I want to shoot something at the little goblin next to him.
Well, the big guy's probably got a lot more.
Alright, which goblin are you aiming for?
I can't see the screen, so I'm gonna say any of them.
Alright, so...
Or the one that's closest to me.
Sure, we'll go with the one on the bottom. I'm sorry that you can't see it.
Let's see, if maybe I close this... Yeah, no, I can't see it.
Alright, give me 1 second. We might be able to,
Alright,
Can you see that?
Yes, I can. That makes it so much easier. Okay.
So I've stopped the movement because you've committed an attack, but we're about 5 seconds away from them being on top of Nameless and knowing where she's at.
Yeah, so I just shoot the one that's closest to me.
Alright, you rolled a 14, which misses everybody, but now does sizzle right over their head. And Serenity's looking to cast a cantrip at this point. So you have...
I have only one spell.
You have no spells because you use Cure Wounds.
Oh, God.
But you can use Ray of Frost and Poison Spray, but Ray of Frost is going to be easier to hit.
Ray of Frost then, boy.
So you kind of channel the magic. You feel like you've lost some of the power, but what little that you did have, you want them to stop coming towards Nameless, and you end up casting Ray of Frost, trying to freeze them in place. Now, Ray of Frost does have to hit. Which one are you looking to hit?
The one closest to Nameless, which I think is the big guy.
The big guy?
Yeah, right? That's the one that's about to be on top of her?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you roll a 10, so you shoot this Ray of Frost, and it slides right past them. And at this point, they now know that everyone's here, and we're going to go ahead and start rolling initiatives, and we're going to go into combat.
This is bad. So you're telling me that all I have is cantrips now?
You used it.
Oh,
I don't have any weapons. I don't have a
So
sword. I don't have a bow. I literally have nothing
God
except.
damn it, Jake!
Bullshit. I
yes!
Okay,
I was like, I'm going to go first. Like, no.
No, it's so shiny human.
Yeah, I did. So, thankfully, for you guys, the bugbears go on last. You guys should be thankful for it. So, alright, Jake, so you could, you probably, actually, from where you're at, if we do 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, yeah, you can get to all three of these guys.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the one that's to the left of Nameless.
Left,
With the purple human.
Alright,
Yes.
so you vault over this barricade without issue.
Mm-hmm. And I roll to stomp the little green shit's head in. Alright. This. There we go.
14 just misses. So you swing a kick, and you feel a slight tug, like the spikes in your armor in the boots kind of like tug at the skin, like the leather jerkin, but it doesn't do any damage. He easily pulls it off. Gregor, your turn.
Alright, I run up to the one just south of Nameless, and I go for a swing.
Alright.
So, go ahead and do that.
You definitely land. Now roll damage. Oh my god. Seeing this creature about to get up on, like, close to Nameless, like, you run up, and while running, you easily slice right through the middle section of this goblin, and top half flies back, and the legs just plop over. You slice this goblin in half, no issue. Alright, so Goblin 3 is dead, so now, Nameless, it's your turn.
So at this point, I can't do anything stealthy because obviously they know that I'm here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I want to roll to stab them with my rapier.
Well, I think rules are, I think you can roll a stealth check to try to get into stealth, but you can't be within vision, like, I don't know. But yeah, you'd have to, like, run, get behind something, stealth, and...
Okay, yeah, I'll just roll to stab them.
Alright. And are you going to stab the bugbear?
Yes, please.
Alright, roll attack. You hit, sure. Yeah, you definitely. And you do 7 damage. So, you do see that this does a considerable amount of damage. You slice, and you definitely tore a lot of his bicep off from what he was holding. He kind of shrugs it off, though. So, now it's going to go down in order to Goblin 2, who is going to... He kind of dodged Kerbag's kick, and he's just going to go ahead and try to poke Kerbag with a dagger. It kind of gives Kerbag a bit of a flashback to what happened earlier. He rolls a 17. And he sees that you're wounded on your right side from a previous poke with the dagger, and he just re-stabs you right there on the side for 6 damage. Don't worry, I'll just take the 6 off for you. Sorry, Kerbag. Jake, are you muted?
I may have forgotten I was muted, yes.
Oof. Alright, so going down in order, we're at Serenity.
I'd like to... Because I can only use my cantrips, right?
Yeah. So, the couple that you do have, you have, like, Ray of Frost and Poison Spray. Poison Spray... If they fail a Constitution saving throw, they take 1d12 damage and continue to take 1d12 damage.
So the only one that would really, like, hurt them, would it be Ray of Frost again?
Yeah, but you'd have to land it.
Well, okay, well, let's go for it again then.
Alright. So, like before, you want this bugbear to stop walking towards Nameless and your friends.
Yes.
So you try to freeze into place, and you actually, you land this Ray of Frost, because now this creature just got hit by Nameless and is not as attentive on what his surroundings are. So you hit him for 4 damage, and you can see he's kind of slowed down by this.
Yay!
However, he still kind of shrugs it off, like he's still very readily able for combat. So now it's Thorn's turn. Thorn's going to go ahead and knock an arrow and try to shoot that bugbear right between the eyes. and he just hits. And hits that bad boy for 11 damage.
Ooh.
So he plugs this thing in the throat. And this bugbear is very badly hurt. Like, he is limping now because he was frozen. He's really cut, and at this point, he's profusely bleeding out of his neck, but he is still readily able to fight. And he's going to go ahead and swing right at Nameless, since Nameless is right in front of him. Actually, let me look.
Armor class 16.
What is that?
So he wildly swings this Morning Star and just misses you completely. Yeah, he is so badly damaged, he was not able to focus in on his attack. And we restart the order back up with Kerbag.
I try to kick the little shit that stabbed me.
Alright, go ahead and swing your feet at him.
1 second.
I love how you have a mace.
Yes!
Alright, so you lay in contact, so go ahead and roll damage.
You killed him.
Alright, so yeah, so you kick him, and like his body sticks on the spike on your boot because you got one on like the tip of your boot. Like you kick him in the groin, and he lifts up in the air, and you slam him on the ground, and you hear this like snack as his spine just like contorts and breaks on the ground that you stomp him on.
That's what you deserve for stabbing me, you little crap.
We go back to the order to Grigor.
Okay. I can move myself now. I run up to. They immediately turn around and run up to the bear, or whatever it's called. Bugbear. And I try to use my longsword.
All right, swing.
What the heck is...
And it's a swing and a miss. Whoosh. Now, this bugbear can barely move, but, I mean, you got overconfident. You might have tripped over the tent a little bit you're right next to, and you swung and missed. Chrissy, go ahead and finish this thing off.
Okay, I want to roll to do the same thing I did last time.
All right.
Stab me.
You land, yeah. And you annihilate. Alright, so, yeah, you jump up on this bugbear, and you are just stabbing. You kind of pull out the dagger, and you just stab, and you stab with the rapier, and you just stab over again. While this bugbear is falling, you get this enjoyment out of murdering this thing. Its death, it feels good to you to murder this bugbear. Like, you've actually accomplished something. Bugbears were a really big foe down in the Underdark, and it just felt good to kill this bugbear. It felt like an achievement. Alright, so everything's dead here now. You guys have just slaughtered this friendly village of goblins without even talking to them. They might have been
on
friendly.
the goblin's head.
They have been friendly, but their little buddies that came after us were not.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're all going to go to the village here, and yeah, you guys were looking for loot. Let's go ahead and roll investigation rolls to see what you guys all get.
Okay.
Yeah, I roll. I like that you mean that.
I think I should get a disadvantage for this. I can't see the map.
Oh, I got shit.
Alright, what do we got? Alright, nothing good.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys, there's just general tents and like crates you guys go through. It's not like you guys are missing too much. There might be a couple gold pieces that you guys didn't look under certain, bags on the ground. But generally, everything that was worth taking was something that was put into a pretty good spot that you guys knew to look. Let me just look. Nameless, you found like a Brown's crown, like a king's crown. It's broken in half, but it's made of solid bronze. You know that this is worth a good amount. In fact, if you go up to any general shopkeeper, it's worth about 125 gold. That's what you find here. While searching around Serenity, you find a spell scroll, actually. It looks like these goblins came across some spell scrolls, You can tell it's magical because when you touch it, all the power that you use to cast your cantrips and your spells, it radiates off this scroll. And there's some etched writing on it that you don't understand, but maybe someone back in town might understand. There was also a potion of water breathing that you found right next to the scroll, so it looks like you found like this magical pile. Sorry, I shouldn't have said potion of water breathing. You guys know now. But it's a potion, it's a vial of liquid that you wouldn't know. It's blue in color. You wouldn't know it's water breathing, so let's go ahead and take that out of the meta. Grigor, you found about 35 gold worth of coins. And Kerbag, you found another vial, and you found a vial of yellowish liquid. You open it up, it does not smell like piss. This might look something like what Serenity found, and right next to that, you also found another 35 gold pieces.
So, am I supposed to be adding this stuff?
Yes, if you'd like to go in there. So you go in your inventory, what you could do for the loot that you have. So I'll do it for Nameless if you want to look. I'll just click Add, and then click the Edit button, and I'll just do like bronze crown for her.
So I see the amount of gold that she has. Is that with already that previous amount?
Yeah, she unfortunately rolled the lowest out of all of them, but I decided to let her get the bronze crown. Maybe I didn't even know.
Well, no. Sorry, I'm talking about the amount of gold that she already has.
I've calculated her gold. Everyone's gold is all calculated for at this point. So now you guys are just gonna add the loot that you guys got.
So like the potions.
Yeah.
So it's including the loot that was previously found.
Previously,
like you added that.
Yeah, the previous encounter, yes. This encounter, you guys can add what you guys found. So, am I not?
So I simply just found 35 gold. Okay.
Yeah, so you would just go in there and you'd add it. Once you get to 100 gold, you could just transfer that over to 1 platinum, 5 gold. It's 100. So Kerbag, you can go in there and you can add the yellow potion in color.
Got it. I think I did. Wait, wouldn't I have to roll an intelligence check to see if I actually knew it wasn't piss?
You know what piss smells like.
Alright.
It's worth a lot of money. It's worth 125 gold. If you
How would you discover what kind of potion it is?
You have to go back
So while we're sitting here, okay, maybe more or less roleplay. All right, I think that's the last of them. Can anybody else see anything?
No.
Nah, I don't see anything. This looks all cleared out here. We got all the goodies.
Is there anything around the camp?
It's kind of hard to see. I can't see if anything's in the forest.
We could do a perception check to see if there's like any paths that are like beaten down. Like obviously they've been traveling this way.
So generally, yeah, you do see coming out of the north of the camp there, where you guys are all kind of standing. There's a path that kind of leads out. It's not like a man-made path, but it's where they traveled a lot up and down that path. You guys came out of the woods on the right side, so this is more west of where you guys were at. So you guys were probably near the central of the forest, and then you guys have gone more west now. So if we go ahead and activate Loraeyn, you guys are probably around like here. What? You guys are probably around like here now, like getting a little bit close to the lake, in the central of the forest. That's where you guys are at. And there's a path leading north and a path leading south.
So we have to make a decision where we want to go, north or south.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Where should we go from here? North or south?
Wait, so where are we at? We're in this forest, kind of like right here next to the.
Yeah, where my character is, right there. All right,
And so
we could do a few things.
Yeah, like-
We could set up camp. We've been traveling all day. We need some rest.
maybe get some rations and some food in our bellies. We could keep traveling this way. If we keep going this way, we might get to the lake. However, we still have not found those bandits, and now we're heading on day 2.
I think we should rest.
I agree. It's been a long day.
Already with like a fire and stuff, so it wouldn't be too much work, probably, right?
No.
I'm gonna go and patch myself up.
Alright, so I guess we're going to start doing a long rest. I'll go ahead and have Thorn run the survival check to see how many rations he gets.
So you guys had 7.5 days worth of rations. You guys were now at 6.5. Let's go ahead and see what he can forage up for you guys. Same amount, so you guys are now at 7-ish. And then when you get done after dinner, you'll be at 6 rations, so about 6 days worth of food and water. So it's getting near dusk at this point. You guys have maintained the goblin camp fairly easily. They had a lot of excess wood around, brush to keep the fire alive. If you guys want to start setting up shifts and start, taking the watch to go to bed, take your long rest so you guys can replenish lost health and lost spell slots, you guys can do that as well. It's up to you.
I'd like to refill my spell slot, so I'd like to take a long rest.
I would also like to refill my health.
Alright. And also, I'll go ahead and add the EXP.
That's right.
You guys have made a lot of headway.
I'll take it.
How much hit points do you recover from a long rest, or do you have to roll hit die?
So you get 1 hit die back. So...
Or should I spend 2 hit dice? Or can I spend my hit dice?
So
That's what I meant.
you have those features. So the short rest and long rest.
Okay.
So you would just click it. It actually does that for you automatically if you click the L rest there.
Oh, okay.
So where are you seeing that?
So if you go in your character, if you click Grigor,
Oh, yes.
and under hit dice you have 2/2.
You said hit die?
If you hit L rest and click rest, let me just check.
Oh, okay.
What did it do? Oh, it let you take a long rest. But basically what you'll do is you'll add a hit dice. So if you go under class levels under features and you click Paladin and let that scroll down, your hit dice is 1d10. So whenever you take a long rest, you'll get the 10 back. So if you're at 16 health and you took a long rest, you'd be at 26.
Okay.
So
all right.
I'll go ahead and take the first shift as usual. I'll keep my eye on the drow here. Who's taking second shift?
I suppose I will.
All right, she got it. You guys go to bed then. Are we doing any shenanigans?
I want to sleep.
Kermit has to sleep. He needs his beauty rest.
All right.
Everybody just needs to heal and go.
I guess I'm gonna sleep too.
I think there's no room for shenanigans.
All right. So we'll start the rest. Nameless. You actually have a dream tonight. You haven't slept, so you're exhausted at this point. So while sleeping, you actually dream of yourself in a valley, very tall on both sides. Nothing you could climb up. There's only one way in and out. So the one way in is behind you, and the one way out's in front of you. And there are just skulls and bones stacked up 30 feet high on both sides of this valley, basically, or this ravine that you're walking through. Down on one end is a dark male figure. He's staring at you, and you can feel his presence looking right at you, and it is complete dread. You're absolutely frozen in place, and you can't move, and he is slowly gliding towards you. Doesn't even look like he's walking. He's got very silver hair, very dark purple skin like your own. He's wearing black robes, and he's just slowly gliding towards you, staring at you, and you're not able to move. You can't make up anything else at this point, but you can tell that it is him that's freezing you in place. It's his intimidation and his dread. He lets out a couple words right before you wake up. My daughter. and you wake up. You wake up out of fear, out of dread, in the middle of the night, in middle of Thorn's shift. He's like, "What's going on with you, girl?"
Nothing. Mind your damn business.
Fine, fuck you too. Alright, he's going to go ahead and roll a perception check to see if there's any shenanigans for the night. Let's see if we actually pass a midnight roll. Alright, nothing happens.
Okay.
Alright, his shift goes by uneventfully. He doesn't really see anything, but, I mean, he's dozing off at this point. He's tired from his wounds. So he's kind of falling asleep, and he actually just falls asleep during his shift. He doesn't even wake up Serenity. Serenity, we're going to go ahead and have you make a perception check to see if you wake yourself up.
I hope I don't mess this up.
You rolled a natural 20, so you have this like innate alarm in you that you kind of set up. You're like, I have to wake up to make sure I take care of the camp. Thorn's going to get me up soon. So it's about 6 hours later, so it's about halfway through your own, what would have been night shift, and you kind of wake yourself up, and you realize Thorn's asleep. Joe, God damn it. I'm going to kill that orc from him, bitch.
You're a bastard.
I look down at him and I say, "Oh, he's so peaceful."
Yep, you're right.
Floor.
Alright, so it's pretty much it. Like you can start seeing daylight come over the crest. It appears like to the west of you guys, there's a lot more sunlight than there's to the right. The forest is actually getting rather less dense. The closer you go, the farther you go west than east, it gets more dense the more east you go. Nothing happens. It's been a very uneventful night, and everyone has successfully long rested. No events. So we'll go ahead and get everyone back up to full health here and get you guys your spell slots back for the night.
So do you do that part?
You guys can do it, but I can do it for you too.
I already did it.
'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know how to do my spell slots back. Oh, you already did it for me.
Yeah. Everyone's pretty much up. So at this point, Thorn is still sleeping, but it is getting up daytime, and up to you guys entirely on what you do next.
I go over and kick the dwarf.
It's like,
I kick him awake. I don't kick him.
didn't I tell you last time to leave me alone?
And didn't I say I was going to kick you?
You know what? None of my rations are yours. If I find anything else, I'm keeping them.
Oh, you sure about that?
Serenity walks over to break up this almost impending fight and says to Thorn, "You slept through your shift, but I took care of it. Don't worry."
I had my eye open the whole time.
Yeah, right. Dwarves always lie.
Before we kill each other, let's go and be on our way to find the bandits.
All right. Do you guys
Hey.
head north or south? There's paths, beaten paths both ways, not like man-made paths. Or do you guys head west towards where the forest is getting a little bit more cleared, possibly the lake, or east towards the heart of the forest?
Hey, Ryan.
Yes.
Hey, just noticing, had a quick question. Nameless has stuff in her spellbook. Is she able to use that stuff yet, or is that still kind of...
Absolutely. That dream last night is a sign.
Do you mind giving me like 5 seconds so I can rejoin?
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry.
Yeah, so after that, like, Nameless, you're starting to feel this sensation, like death, pain, and destruction, man. It's vitalizing you, and you feel like you can send it out right back.
Now,
Oh, thank God.
I can't do second level, right? I can only do first level?
That second level of yours is actually just a passive. You can do that anytime.
Okay. Oh, so that means...
That's not going to cost you your spell level. That is just something that the game worked up. Dro can do that anytime, basically, for free. if you read that and think about how you can use your stealth attack, that's OP as fuck.
Yeah.
Idea what it is.
Yeah.
Stealth around.
You could literally. Well, you can. You can't. I mean, you'd be able to do that. My only thing would be is like if you did a darkness thing, it would also like somebody was right next to you. People probably wouldn't be able to see them either because it creates a darkness in a 15-foot area.
Right, but what you can do is you can put darkness around an enemy, jump in there, stealth roll advantage, and then stealth attack.
Dope.
Wow.
Alright.
So we're
Seems
trying to
already-
decide where we're going right now.
Yep.
Well, I would say to the group, well, I'm naturally inclined to go where there's water, but I'm okay going wherever you guys think that we can find these bandits to get rid of them.
Well, clearly we haven't had any luck in here. And people are saying that they have seen or heard of the bandits causing trouble. So clearly they're not in here because the goblins probably would have either been the bandits or the bandits would have taken care of them or them and one another. So maybe we should go south to the road.
You could, but the forest is big. We could have just not gone past him. Or they could have seen us coming and we were making too much noise.
Screw the dwarf. We're going south.
Alright, same marching order as before then?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be in
Alright.
front.
So you position yourself going out of the camp, what you would know as south. But as soon as you enter the forest, again, the forest just envelops all light and there's almost no way to track it. So, Kerbag, go ahead and give me the nature check.
Another 20?
Shit.
Alright. And then Serenity will do the perception check to see if we are being followed by anything.
Natural 20?
13. Alright, well, I mean, you don't see anything. You're pretty sure that you don't see anything. A couple hours, 3-4 hours go by, and you find yourself on the coast of the lake. You
Good
guys,
job, Kerbag.
you guys
Kerbag
got,
regrets nothing!
you guys got lost. Now let's go ahead and Grigor and Kerbag, go ahead and give me perception checks.
No. How do I...
Oh, okay, not bad this time.
All right, so both of you, while getting to the coast here, you kind of look up and down the coastline, and you see a lady sitting out kind of on a rock on the coast of water, and immediately you guys just have this urge to go talk to her. Like, you guys really want to talk to this lady, standing in the lake.
Who is she? Is she in trouble?
She kind of just looks at you. She is elven in presence and the most beautiful woman you two have ever seen. Now, for Nameless and Serenity, and Thorn is also madly attracted by her too. But for Nameless and Serenity, she's just a regular woman in the water. But for the gentleman of the group, you guys see her she's wearing that very fine see-through silk dress, erect nipples. She is just, you are being pulsated towards her, and you don't even realize you guys are kind of just mouth open, drooling. She just kind of smiles at you guys.
Kerbag immediately runs up and tries to talk to her first.
All right, Kerbag and Grigor and even Thorn, I need you guys to do Constitution saving throws.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes!
So I click Constitution and then saving throw. And then normal.
Yep.
Oh no.
All right, so both Thorn and Grigor, you guys, like every single word that she says, you're just like, you're kind of like mouth open in the air trying to eat the words that she says. You're like, oh man, dude, I would fucking marry you right now. And you have this innate desire to protect her. Like, if she got in danger of anything, you would jump in front of that sword and you would die for her. And you just guys feel this way about her, like you would protect her from everything and anything. Kerbag, you don't feel this way, but you are still so madly in love with this woman. You can't think beyond anything besides just freaking grabbing her and just taking her away and marrying her in first sight, and then making her the mother of 30 beautiful orc children. Like, you're like absolutely in desire of her. But everyone else at this point, if she got picked up by you, they would probably start fighting you because they want to pick her up too. So she speaks telepathically to you, Grigor, and Thorn as well. No one else can hear this, but just Grigor and Thorn. I need you, adventurer, to prove to me your strength. I need you to pull the sword from the stone. I need you to bring it to me here. It's here, in the lake, guarded by maddened merfolk. Do this, and I'll be yours forever. Bring me my sword, hero. It's in the lake. Grigor, you want that sword. So does Thorn.
I was going to say, do I want to comment on this, or are you going to tell me what I...
Kerbag, Kerbag didn't hear this, but while she's telepathically speaking to them, she is, actually talking to everyone else in a regular voice. Heroes, your help is needed. My sword is stolen, and I will bestow my boon unto you until you return my sword. But it is guarded by maddened merfolk in the lake. It is here. I shall grant you my ability to breathe underwater, so you needn't worry. Do this for me, heroes. And she looks at Grigor and Thorn and kind of kisses your hand and blows it towards you two. And you guys just kind of get swept up by the wind. You guys are just numb head from toe. So at this point, she kind of puts her hands together, speaks into her hands, and then looks up at the five of you, and you guys can feel these gills growing on your neck. You guys can breathe out of water, but these are gills, and you can now breathe in water. Thorn and Grigor, you guys are going to start going in the water to get this sword.
Okay.
All right.
So
I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do, so I'll do it.
Serenity would then look at all the men who are just willingly going in the water and say, "Hold up, wait a minute. What are y'all doing?"
Thorn and Grigor ignore you guys. Kerbag can hear you though.
Maybe I can ask Kerbag what the heck is going on, because we only heard get the sword.
Yeah. Kerbag will answer you while being like, "Yeah, I'm going to the lake for my fair maiden." But he's still going to be going to the lake, but he's going to be telling you guys what's going on because he's not charmed, but he is madly in love.
Is there any?
But I'm an ordinate.
I mean, do you guys
Can I do a persuasion check to have them listen to me?
That would be impossible.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out.
Investigation.
Nope. There's
Damn it.
And they said
Deception.
You said something about. I'm sorry. You said something about maddened merfolk. Cause I don't want to fuck with no maddened merfolk.
What I said is what I said, but as we're talking, as we're all sitting here talking, and you're thinking. Thorn and Grigor are shoulder deep in the water right now. They're, for some reason, this boon made it so that they're light, almost like they're naked in the water, their armor's not weighing them down, and they're able to swim at regular swim speed, 30 feet, and able to breathe underwater.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Can I shoot magic at her? Am I able to attack her?
The figure, she disappeared.
Yeah.
Mm.
She disappeared in the water. She kind of went out in the mist into the water. She's kind of over the lake in form of a cloud at this point.
Well, you both are fucked. Have fun.
So Serenity, with her head hung down low, said, I did not want to have to do this. I did not want to reveal myself to all of you. But with no choice, because of these idiots, I now have to do what I didn't want to do. And I step into the water, thus revealing that I am myself.
All right.
A merfolk.
So as Serenity is walking into the water, everyone can easily see this, and they realize what's going on. Her legs are melting away as she's entering the water, and it's turning into what would be a merfolk or mermaid tail at this point. And as she's getting deeper into the water, she's completely transforming into a merfolk herself.
So
Her spear melts, her staff melts into a trident, a 3-tipped golden trident.
She's a fish!
Her swim speed is 40 feet. That's per second. That's 10 faster than you do, Fizzes.
wait a minute. She said that it was merfolk that were the enemy protecting the sword.
So it's merrose, not merfolk.
Okay.
So
never mind.
no, it's fine. So
that would be suicide, dude.
so she could probably explain that to you.
I am not the enemy. I am a good merfolk. The people that she's referring to are terrible, terrible, nightmarish people that I don't associate with, and normal merfolk don't associate with. They've gone mad, and they are not to be trifled with. But y'all need to stop swimming, trying to go to get this sword.
Thorn and Gregor are now well below water at this point, and they can understand you because you guys can now speak in water. But now pretty much everyone except for what I can hear of Nameless is submerged underwater.
Come, Nameless, join us.
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm staying nice and safe over here while you guys go and drown.
All right. So from here, everyone is submerged underwater except for Nameless. Nameless has kept herself on land. But from here, everyone's in the lake. You guys can see generally to the other side of the lake. It's crystal clear. You guys can see general populations and schools of fish swimming around. It's a rather deep lake. You can see maybe about 100 yards in front of you down at the base end of your side of the lake. So right now we're on the bottom right of the lake, right here. At the base of this lake, you can see that there's a kind of a crushed, broken down stone temple. Serenity would know that typically Murrow would be in these broken down temples. They would populate them themselves. That is what's on your side of the lake. On the other side of the lake, there is a massive hole the size of Arcanine, basically, and it's pitch black. You guys cannot see down that hole, but that is well on the other side of the lake. And then you could just see generally every type of fish that you could even imagine is just swimming around. Flatfish, sunfish, regular fish, schools of fish, clownfish, human fish swimming right next to you.
2 fish.
So you guys are generally, actually Thorin and Gregor are going straight for the temple. They already know what's going on there. Kerbag doesn't know, but he's probably following the bunch and then...
I'm telling them to stop.
Yes.
Turn around. Don't go in there.
They don't.
No.
Yeah.
Can I zap them? Can I hit them and stun them from this charm? Can I try something?
No.
I don't want to just be like, oh, fucking get out.
God damn it. All of this could have been avoided if he just fucking had a good nature check.
Go.
thanks,
Fuck, you're still shiny human!
Alright, so you guys are getting closer to this broken down temple. You can, when you get closer to it, there's chains in the ground, and the chains are floating up. There seems to be air pockets attached to the top of them, and at the bottom of them are dead bodies.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Like sunken bodies, like the bodies of the anchors, but for some reason the chains are floating up due to what appears to be water magic, basically. So you guys are getting pretty close to the temple. I'm going to allow everyone... Actually, no. Only Serenity can make a perception check, because only you are in your right mind.
Can I make a perception check with disadvantage?
No. Alright, so Serenity, you see swimming around this temple are 2 of your kind. Just 2. Now,
Are they Murrows or Merfolk?
you can't tell.
Oh, son of a bitch. I already know. So, I know. I wouldn't have common knowledge as a merfolk that if you have dead bodies on a chain, that is outlying territory for Murrows. So almost positively, those are Murrows.
That's what you would know, and right now, not many people are listening to you.
But we need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Keep on swimming. Keep on swimming.
So you guys are getting closer to this temple.
You guys, I mean, I might just be like...
Are you following them, or?
I don't know, because if they're charmed, then I don't know. I'd have to have I'd be probably the one that'd have to fight them if there are Murrows there.
You could. Well, you see both Murrows as you're getting closer. One swims off towards the hole itself, it's just swimming that way. But one is standing guard at the temple and does not see you guys yet. So they did not see you guys. No, they did not see you. But okay. So you guys are getting closer. As you get closer, the Murrow does start to see you guys and immediately starts swimming at you guys. So let's go ahead and get everyone into initiative. Let's go ahead and...
Is there going to be a map?
Unfortunately, I did not have a lake map ready. I did not think you guys would get to the lake this quick.
Regret nothing?
But
Can Nameless decide to get in the water because she feels like everybody else is going to die?
you certainly could, but you're going to be well behind. You're probably going to miss the fight, but you could try.
That's fine, because I don't even care about the fight. That's not what my whole goal is for this objection.
Oh! Damn it!
Alright, who am I missing? I'm missing.
I don't see me on here to be able to hit the initiative.
Yeah, I gotta get you guys in here. Just...
I want to go in the dark area.
Fuck!
Stupid shiny human.
Thorin, the charmed guy.
Alright, so the Murrow is now in front of you guys and swimming fast. Now the Murrow is much faster than you guys, but you guys are still very aquatic right now, thanks to the boon that the Lady of the Lake gave you guys. So Thorn's going to make the first attack. He is going to swing at it, and let's see if he hits.
Just a little.
Didn't bring this back.
Ew.
It has a lot of vitamin C or vitamin D.
Alright, so Thorn swings, and the Murrow easily just swims right around it. Actually, I'm a liar. So it barely grazes the bottom of the Murrow. So it barely does hit, but it does make contact and does 9 damage. The Murrow is actually quite pained by that, but kind of swims up and is about to swoop back down, within range of you guys, of course. So Jake, your turn to try to underwater kick.
Underwater kick it is. Let's see that attack. Normal. Holy shit, mulligans.
Alright, so yeah. So you definitely do some awesome underwater aerobics that would make all of our grandmothers very jealous. And yeah, you kick this thing, so yeah, go ahead and roll for damage.
Yeah.
Alright. So you nailed this Murrow like right in the chest with your spy kick. You could see its dark blue blood is now spilling out from it in the water. And you can see the Murrow that was swimming towards the hole is now frantically swimming back to you guys. But still not well within combat range yet. It's going to take about 2 rounds before it gets within combat range. Alright.
So the mirror's not
Is that
Chrissy, you aren't in combat yet, unfortunately. You're going to be about 2 rounds out of combat too, so you and the other Murrow are going to get there at the same time.
That is perfectly fine with me.
Alright, so we got the Murrow, who is going to have a lot of fun with you guys. Alright, so he's going to go up and he's going to try to hit Kerbag, because Kerbag was friendly enough to attack. Wait, that's not damage. That's not damage yet. So the Murrow launches the harpoon at Kerbag, lands it, and bites Kerbag at the same time.
Fuck.
Does a total of 20 damage.
Oh.
Well, nice. Kerbag is in very, very deep pain right now.
Yes. All right.
Serenity.
Serenity.
Magic missile. Magic missile for the all.
He's gonna fucking die to magic missile.
I'm going to die to the magic missile.
All right, let's see what you get.
Oof. Okay.
All right, so
Nice.
you do a total of 10 damage. Now, this Murrow is in pretty big pain right now. It's like one hit away from dying. You could tell that it's like last limb. It's barely waddling around at like 5 feet a second.
Come on, Cullen.
I would like to engage in lay on hands.
So you want to heal Kerbag.
No, I'm gonna just heal my. No. Yes.
Alright, so yeah, go ahead and spend all. You're going to go ahead and touch Kerbag real quick. You're going to give him 10 health. I'll go ahead and put that in. And that is your turn. Now, 1 second.
No, I'm gonna heal the Murrow.
So, Jake, I want you to read your second wind real quick. So next time it's your turn, okay?
Yeah, that's for the action. You get the heal. Yeah.
That's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action. I thought it was an action.
Alright, so we reset order here, and Thorn is going to go ahead and try to swing at this Murrow one more time and hopefully finish it off. No, completely misses. Like he gets too much into it and he doesn't realize that he's still underwater, and he kind of twists around and his body keeps spinning, and so he just swung the wrong way completely. Jake, it's your turn.
Time to kick him with my spike boots. That's a nat 20.
I think he hit him.
That's a critical, so you can now roll. Let me go ahead and I think you're just gonna fucking annihilate this guy, but
Yeah.
when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's dice damage one additional time. So go ahead and roll damage twice for me, actually. I'll do the math.
Oh, okay. I could do critical, but that's fine.
Alright, so 2 plus 9, you did 11 damage. So you kick this Murrow, and it just sails it like 60 feet, and it just kind of tips upside down and starts floating towards the surface of the lake. It's dead.
And as a bonus action, I would like to use second wind.
Alright, so that gets you up to full health, actually.
Oh, nice.
So at this point, Nameless has regrouped with the party, and the other Murrow is actually heading on in. And let me go ahead and put this guy in combat and roll initiative. So it's going to go ahead and go first. But this time, let me just check. Actually,
Go after the orc.
Would it go first though? Because it basically took a turn for it to get here. Yeah.
well, it is basically starting a whole new combat round, really.
Oh, okay.
All right, so.
Well, let's hope it doesn't.
All right, so this one's going to go ahead and it's going to go after Thorn this time.
God.
Alright, so it tries to slash at Thorn, and Thorn kind of just like brings up his gauntlet and smacks the claws away. But while he did that, the harpoon was able to get underneath his arm and actually pierces him right in the ribs for 12 damage.
Take that, dwarf.
Alright, so now we go in order, and it's Thorn's turn. Thorn's pissed off at this point. He's going to go ahead and actually... He's going to go ahead and he's going to put his hand on his rib cage real quick, and he's going to go ahead and heal himself for 6. Jake, your turn.
Alright, time to kick the merfolk. Damn it.
I believe that hits. One second.
Okay.
Yeah, that does it. That does it.
Okay.
And you wall off this thing like right in the fin. It catches it, and now it's kind of cut up on, so it's a little bit slower in the water now. At this point because you've cut its one source to swim, so its swim speed I'm going to put it down to 20. All right, and we're going to go down in order, and it's now Chrissy's turn because Chrissy is now right up there, right next to the Murrow as well.
Did Nameless roll for initiative?
She did.
Okay.
Really good question, but just kind of want to know. The firebolt, of course, would not work because we're in water, right?
Correct.
Okay, just wasn't sure if it being magic gave it a certain sort of ability. Then can I do magic missile?
Yep. So that's fun. You just click the damage 3 times because it's guaranteed to hit, and it does 3 different hits.
Better. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you did real good there. 13 damage, so you nail this thing like right in the kisser. It's definitely limping, but it's definitely still in combat. It's not close to death yet. Serenity's turn.
Would Ray of Frost work underwater and freeze him?
Yeah, it would.
And he wouldn't be able to move.
Well, so it doesn't freeze. Its speed would be reduced by 10 feet, so it would be practically immobile. However, you also have to land that one where the magic missile's guaranteed. You get Thunder Wave.
What's Thunder Wave?
Everyone in front of you would have to make a Constitution saving throw, and everyone is.
Don't do that.
Wait, so what happens if they don't get it? Do they get shocked or something?
On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage.
So everybody would have to be behind me for that to be beneficial.
Yes, that's also out of water. So since you're in water, I'm going to say everybody.
Everybody's electrocuted. So we're not going to use that one.
You can charm person if you wanted to try.
Charm the Murrow?
Seduce it.
Seduce the
Murrow.
Murrow!
I guess. I don't know.
No, don't do it.
That would be just
No,
magic
fucking
missile.
do it. Seduce the Murrow,
Do
man.
magic missile.
Lame.
Nice choice. Screw the shit.
Man, you guys are rolling high on these magic missiles, man. They're doing the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
7, 12. All right, so this Murrow is definitely on its last breath. At this point, it's been beaten up multiple times in a row. You guys are just ganging up on it. It is now Gregor's turn to just kind of swim around.
Okay, finally. I use my spear.
All right,
You
to
just
kill
kind
the
of
fish.
stab at it.
Roll with advantage since it's pretty much disabled.
I still fuck this.
You still missed, yeah. All right, so we're going right back up to the start, and we've got
The merfolk.
the merfolk. It's gonna go after Kurbag.
Kurbag does not enjoy this! Okay,
So-
one of them misses.
So it bites you, and it tries to spear you at the same time, but it's just not coordinated enough because it's so damaged. But it does get the bite off, and bites right into your neck for 11 damage.
Jesus Christ.
All right, and now it is back to Thorn's turn, who is just going to go ahead and wildly swing at this thing.
I feel like he's gonna fucking critically miss.
Why did you have to say something?
He did. All right, so he launches his sword again, and he goes right past the Murrow, right into Gregor's belly.
Okay, thank God.
Wow.
Very damage.
God bless it.
So you got Thorn's sword, by the way. It's just it's in your stomach.
He's not going to get it back.
All right, Jake, it's your turn.
I must finish off this merfolk.
Definitely hits him.
Yep. All right,
Damn it.
so you kick this thing's teeth in, but it is like still kind of twitching there. It's still kind of trying to pull up its arm, but it is certainly looking bad. Chrissy, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna try and hit him. I'm not gonna try and use any more magic. So I'm gonna use my rapier.
All right,
Is it advantage, normal, or dis?
go ahead and advantage. You missed. Jesus. All right, Serenity.
Serenity. Serenity. Heal Kerbeck.
What does my trident do?
I don't know. Just fucking heal him.
Murder the merfolk!
A weapon, right?
No.
Ignore
never
the
mind.
shiny human!
I have a dagger.
You do. I didn't put stats for your trident, by the way.
Oh.
Wait. But she can use magic missile again.
I only have
But
so
we need
many in a day.
She got 2 more.
I got 2 more.
That and I'm getting a headache from all the lights in front of me.
Don't say that because we're going to roleplay that, and now you're going to be at disadvantage.
Alright,
Shit.
fine. I'll just do magic missile again. Because y'all can't kill anybody except I have to do it all.
You're going to roll 3 1s. Aw.
All right.
Fuck.
And you just
Yeah.
ate your own words.
So
Eat the words.
You overkilled these Moro. So you guys are pretty much right inside the temple at this point. The Moro are dead. There's no sign of any other Moro, but there is a gleaming sword on this like what appears to be stone coffin. And right now, Thorn and Grigor are more than happy to go ahead and start walking up and getting that thing.
I feel like if they pull the sword, something's gonna happen.
They are going up there. Grigor, are you going to go ahead and just grab that real quick then?
I don't know. I'm probably going to be at a disadvantage because I have a sword in me.
I forgot.
So I feel like, not trying to say that I don't want to do it, but I feel like Thorn has the advantage at getting there before me.
All right, so while you guys are talking and you're kind of slower because you're getting the sword out of you, kind of tending to your wounds, Thorn grabs the sword and there's this rumble. The dust from the top of the temple starts to kind of go down. There's some stones and start to fall down. The fish kind of start running away and they kind of run into the coral on the side of the lake. There's another rumble.
What is that? Perception check.
Everyone make a perception check.
Oh boy. Perception. Oh, it's my wisdom. That's not bad.
Alright, so everyone sees this thing. Or, let me go back to it real quick.
I was gonna say, what thing? Yeah, we see the stone falling. Yes, it's falling.
So, from where it's rumbling, you can tell it's rumbling on the other side of the lake. You look at that dark hole that you saw earlier, and sticking out from the top of that hole is a massive being with 3 dark eyes on a very pale head and open mouth that looks like, do you guys know what a worm's mouth looks like, where it's circular and there's a million teeth going inside?
Mm-hmm.
It's that. It's looking right at you guys. It rumbles again. The whole lake rumbles.
Fleeting escape.
No.
It sees you. As it sees you, its body is slowly emerging from the hole in the lake. And you honestly, to God, do not think that this body is ever going to stop. It is massive. It's bigger than the tower that held the
the Pillar of Declan, it's probably a good like 10th of the size that the hole I was talking about. So it's about 10th the size of Arcanine, and it is just one being, and it is getting bigger, and it's miles away, but it's coming for you. You are about 60 seconds from shore at full speed.
Except me, because I have a speed advantage.
Sure.
I gotta go. We gotta all go.
Fleeting escape.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I want to stay and fight it.
It's
No.
Do you want to die?
I want to leave the water.
it is coming for you guys.
I am going.
Goodbye.
I need everyone.
Kerbeck buds.
At this point, you guys are swimming for your lives.
Yeah.
I need you guys to all give me Constitution saving throws.
Do it for me.
Every single person needs to do Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
Gosh,
A nat 1.
What?
Yeah, Thorn rolled a nat 1. Alright, so Kerbag's good, Grigor's good, Nameless and Thorn have 1 level of exhaustion. I need everyone
it's
to give me another Constitution saving throw.
How far are we away from the shore?
You are now 50 seconds away. You
Okay.
50 seconds. Jesus.
It is getting closer to you guys, and it is much faster, and it will catch you if you guys don't get to shore in 50 seconds. So you guys cannot fail these saving throws.
Thorn, no.
That was him, not me.
Oh, okay. Thorn's going to die.
Thorin, no!
Alright, so where were we at? From the top, we had... Did everyone roll again?
Yes.
Alright, so Serenity's good. Everyone's good except for Thorn. Thorn has 2 levels of exhaustion. You guys are...
Jeez.
You guys are 40 seconds away from shore, and it is half the distance of the lake away from you guys. It was on the opposite side of the lake. It is now half of the distance away of the lake away from you guys. I need everyone to give me another Constitution saving throw.
Run!
Jesus, come on. Oh, thank you.
Fudge monkeys.
Alright, is that everyone? No, okay.
No.
Alright. Kerbag has 1 level of exhaustion. Serenity has 1 level exhaustion. Thorn still has 2, and Grigor has 1 level of exhaustion. You guys are now 30 seconds away from the shore, swimming at full speed. Serenity's a little bit ahead of you guys. And that creature is now about 60% of the way through the lake. It is faster than you guys, and if you guys hit exhaustion, it will catch you. I need another Constitution.
Thorin, don't do it!
Die, dwarf!
Oh, thank God. Thorin's alive.
Fuck! Monkeys.
Oh,
that's funny.
Was that a nat 20 for me?
Alright, so we've got natural 20s.
Nameless, Kerbag. Oh no.
No, Kerbeck, no.
Alright, so Thorn's
Kerbeck's
good.
not happy.
Kerbag has 2 levels of exhaustion. Everyone else is the remainder. You guys are now 20 seconds from the shore.
Okay,
And
come on.
the monster is about 3/4 of the way from the lake. When you guys turn around, you feel like this thing is now the entire lake. It is massive. And it is now trying to open up its mouth and suck the water behind you guys into its mouth to try to slow you down. I need another Constitution saving throw.
Okay, Thorin's good, so. I'm good. Everybody's good. Everybody's good that time.
Except for Grigor. Thorn has 2. Thorn has 2 levels of exhaustion. Grigor has 2. Kerbag has 2. Serenity 1. Nameless 1. I need the final Constitution saving throw.
Guys, don't fuck this up.
3 and you die for honor. No!
I rolled 1, so I'm okay.
you guys get to shore.
Oh, phew.
Kerbag, you are waist deep in this water. This monster is now beaching on land right behind you. You can feel this creature's tongue at your back. It is so close to you. You just get out on the shore.
Thank you for not killing me.
You guys are all on land at this point. This monster, its eyeballs are easily the size of a building. It's got 3 of them. Its body is about the length of half of the lake, swimming right behind it. It just looks at you, and its eyes pulsate red while it's trying to look at you. The lady of the lake appears and just walks right into this behemoth, disappearing into its body. And one last message. It speaks to you in the Lady of the Lake's voice. You are not my heroes. You are not worthy. I will come back for you. I will kill you. And it reemerges into the lake and disappears.
Fuck you, bitch.
Never going back into the water.
Kerbag dips a toe.
Kerbag does not dip a toe. Kerbag
Alright.
runs the fuck away from the water.
So Thorin has this sword, and he's actually getting agitated at this thing. He's like, why the hell are you yelling at me?
The sword.
You're the one that touched the sword.
Not you guys.
Oh,
The sword's yelling. Screw yourself too, I don't want you. He just throws the sword on the ground.
Kerbag walks over and picks it up.
It burns in your hand.
Oh.
Like, it is going to do burn damage to you. You take 1 damage of burn damage.
Oh,
Anybody
okay.
come
In that
to
case, I drop it immediately and then tie it to a rope.
I want to pick it up.
No.
It burns Serenity's hand.
Damn it. Nameless, why don't you try picking it up?
Gregor goes over and blesses it. It fails.
I want to try and pick it up too.
Nameless, it burns your hand. All 3 of you guys have taken 1 damage of burn damage on your hand. Your hands are tender.
Okay. Kerbag ties its sword on the end of a rope.
It burns,
And it tends-
it burns the rope.
Damn it.
Gregor goes over again and tries to bless the sword again.
It's still
Fails.
Your blessing, it's just like, fuck you, I don't want you. Are you going to try to pick it up?
try and pick it up. You little bitch.
Gregor tries to pick it up.
It doesn't burn your hand.
Oh, well. Because you
What makes you
You're
so
an
special?
Fuck you too, sword.
I'm glad to be out of that. Madden lady's hands. Who are you?
Gregor goes over to Thorin out of anger for stabbing him and places the sword on his hand.
The sword won't leave your hand.
No, as in I just take the blade and I kind of barely touch his hand.
He's just like,
you
sword.
give him a bit of paper cut. I mean, it's all right.
Oh, I thought it would burn him.
No. You didn't answer my question. Who are you?
talk to it.
What, the sword is saying this?
Yes.
Yes, I'm saying this. Who else would be saying this?
Talk.
Gregor, paladin and servant of Pelor.
That sounds like hoshwash. My name's Atlas. I'm a defender.
I throw this sword into the lake.
It doesn't leave your hand.
No!
Like you threw it in the lake, and then you looked down at your hand, and it was in your hand.
It's like click.
Guys, what do I do?
It's your sword. I have picked you, hero. I shall be your defender, and with me we shall slay evil.
Okay, well, the sword.
I will not call you by Gregor. That's a silly name.
Call him by shiny human.
I
Wait, I
don't
can't
like
hear
that
Do
name
you
either.
know? Do you know who the merfolk was?
That is the Lady of the Lake. She has been keeping me within her grasps for decades. I have not seen outside of the water for decades. I have picked you, hero. You are mine and I am yours. My name is Atlas. I'm a defender.
Sounds kind of sexual. I don't know if we should be listening to.
So, are you better than my longsword?
Yes, to give you out of meta information, I will give you +3 to bonus to attack rolls and +3 to your damage rolls. The first time you attack with this sword on each of your turns, you can transfer some or all of the sword's bonus to your armor class, instead of using your bonus on any attacks that turn. So, for example, if you do not want your +3 to attack, you can give your +3 to attack to your armor class. I am your defender.
All right, Atlas. Do me a favor and add that to my inventory.
I shall add myself to your inventory.
Because I am not fucking writing that shit.
Know that I will never leave your side. If you lose me, I will reappear on your waist or in your hand. It is quite convenient. My name is Atlas, and we shall do great things together.
Where are you speaking from?
I am speaking from my mouth. Where are you speaking from?
Where is your mouth?
Your hand is on it.
Oh.
Okay. I immediately place rope around
You
it.
can't get rid of it. What don't you understand about that?
Yeah, you can't get your hand off it.
Out of meta, I'm trying to get it to shut up.
Stop eating the
I
weird
think you
pieces
do not
of-
understand our relation. I speak to your mind and you speak to mine. Actually, you're speaking out loud, like an idiot. No one can hear me except for you. You're just an idiot.
The shiny human is going insane!
If they ask, I will say I was not talking the whole time.
Okay. Alright, I sheath you.
Alright, and from there, we are going to end tonight's episode.